to this quick core series. All you need today is your body weight and your mat. So let's get started. We're gonna do a little warm up first. So you can be sitting however is comfortable for you. I think I'm gonna do crossed legs. And we're just gonna start with some gentle side bends. So growing nice and tall and then reaching up and over. And the other side, grow tall through center, then reach up and over. And we're just going to be kind of warming up our torso here, getting ready for all of the bending and moving. I think lengthening through this whole class. So really reach through your fingers and the crown of your head here. Just one more on each side. And then we're going to be doing a little twist. So arms can be however you like them, on your shoulders or out in a T. And we're just going to twist one way and then the other. So think of your torso doing the twisting, trying to keep lower body still here. And I don't know why, just in Pilates, we learn to do things twice, kind of like a double twist here. So that's just what I always revert to. And then again, just one more on each side. And then we'll come onto our hands and knees for our cat-cow position. So hands a little bit wider than shoulder, about shoulder width apart, knees beneath your hips, hip distance apart, and then just start tucking the tailbone under, rounding that spine towards the ceiling, and then reversing. Gently looking forward, not a huge crease in the back of your neck. And we'll just do 2 more each way, rounding, pressing the mat away. And then when you're in your cat here, get your core engaged. You're not just letting it all hang out. 1 more each way. All right. So we're going to stay in this position here. We're going to go into some plank type work. So you want to have a nice wide base with your hands. Engage that core. So think of that accordion that I always talk about, where your pubic bone's kind of coming up towards your belly button and your bottom ribs are going down towards your belly button. So core's nice and tight, as if I was gonna punch you. Knees beneath your hips, tuck your toes. We're gonna hover in our bear plank here for a second, and then walk back to our high plank. Walk your knees back in, and then continuing here now, opposite leg goes out. So just keep alternating legs here, walking in and out with control. That's what Pilates is about. Controlled, deliberate movements with our breathing. If you don't know which leg to move out in, just keep going, you got it. We're gonna do 1 more on each side here. So finish up so that you're even, and then carefully come down and give your wrists a little roll. If you need to roll your shoulders. We're gonna come down to our back now for some single leg stretch. So classic Pilates move here. So you're gonna come down to the mat. I'm just hugging my knees already, but you can just have them on the floor. So this is a stretch, as I've done in the past, it's a stretch, but it's also a good core exercise. So bring your legs up to tabletop. You're gonna nod your chest and come up slightly. So my bottom shoulder blades are still on the mat, like my bra band is still on the mat, but my shoulders are slightly lifted, and I have a little space between my chin and my chest. And now your torso is gonna stay still. It's just staying in this position, it's not going up any higher. We're gonna take beside one knee, hug that leg in, stretch out your other leg. So you're stretching both legs here, and then switch. Pull and reach and switch. Get that Pilates breathing going. Really be able to hear your own breath out through your pursed lips, because that is helping to engage our deep core muscles better. Just with the structure, the anatomy of how we breathe that way. Try to stay that torso lifted but quiet for 3, 2, and 1. And then you can either hug it in or drop your legs, whatever feels good for your back. So the next move is pretty similar. It's just our legs are going to be straight now. So again, start in that tabletop with your torso slightly lifted, but not too high. You can actually reach both legs up to the ceiling. You're going to grab behind one hamstring. As your straight leg lowers, you're going to hug in that other straight leg behind that hamstring. So stretching and then switching. If you are more flexible, you can grab up by your calf. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, but just do whatever your body can handle. If you can't do this and you need to bend one knee, cool, do that. We all started somewhere. And we're maintaining our neutral spine as we do this. So I'm not flattening my back and I'm also not arching it. My ribs are staying down. So do a smaller range of motion if you find you're losing that neutral position. For one more on each side. And then again, you can relax down. Let's take a little stretch here for our low back. Feet are the mat distance apart. And then you're just gonna drop your knees to one side. So that one bum cheek kind of slightly lifts. Bring your legs back to center. Use your core to do that. Drop your knees to the other side. Hopefully you don't have something in your way. Bring your knees back. We'll do it one more each way, giving our core a little chance to recover and our breathing. All right, so we're gonna do some reverse crunches. If you have any like low back issues or upper back issues, if you have any back issues, don't do this move. You can go back to one of the moves we were just doing. You could do a traditional crunch, or you could do the ab activation, core activation exercises that I always talk about. So for the rest of us, legs come up to tabletop. This time you are going to imprint your spine, so that's your low back is going to press into the mat. Arms are down by your side or by a T, whichever you like to do. And you're going to press your arms into the mat to help and prepare with an inhale. As you exhale, bring your knees slightly towards your chest, but you're using your bottom abs here to tuck in. Exhale, scoop that low belly and curl in. Really using your breath and that core engagement here. Each time you lift, you're thinking ribs and pubic bone coming together to meet. And that belly button drawing in. Try to relax your shoulders and your jaw. And really think of that low band tucking in and doing the work. For 4, 3, 2, and last one. Now, hands either behind your thighs or on your shins. This is kind of a massage stretch, but it's also a core exercise. We're gonna do rolling like a ball a few times. So prepare with an inhale. As you exhale, nod reach into your chest and curl up. And you can pause at the top here, keep your feet hovering, and then with control, roll back down and coming up. So we're just gonna do this a few times. Try to use your core to do it, but it's also, this is another classic Pilates move. I think they do it in yoga as well. It's just kind of like a nice little spine massage for your back. 2 more here. And last time, we're gonna come up on to our bum, feet on the mat. So coming down to our forearms now. So you know when we're in this position, our elbows are beneath our shoulders and my low back is not touching the mat. I'm not like slinking down. I'm in a neutral position. My chest is nice and wide. I'm not caving in. Bringing our legs up to tabletop and then tapping one foot down, lifting it up, other foot taps down and comes up. So alternating here, I like to inhale as I lower my foot down, exhale, bring it back into center. Always thinking of that tight core. Once you learn and once you think about always engaging those deep core muscles, that's when you really see the changes and start getting stronger. Which most of the time means doing like controlled, deliberate movements, not just going crazy with the speed. For one more on each side. And then you can come up if you need a little break from that position. We're going back into it. Get set up in that neutral spine, nice wide chest, and we're gonna do crisscross legs. So legs are out straight and we're crisscrossing. Now you want to try to crisscross at the thighs, but if that's too much for you and you just need to kind of crisscross at the ankles or shins, do that. We have our whole lifetime to work on this and get stronger. Don't expect to be beautiful at day one. Reaching those legs, breathing. You got it. The lower your legs are, the harder it is. Shoulders are relaxed for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up carefully. Okay, just a couple more moves. So to get our obliques going here, we're gonna do some twists. So feet on the mat about hip distance apart. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. Arms come out. Prepare with an inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna lean back just slightly here. Not too, the lower you go, the harder it is. And then hands can be doing whatever you want. I'll do prayer hands today. You're gonna twist your torso to one side, back to center, twisting torso to the other side, back to center. If this is too much, you can sit up a little bit higher. Feet and knees are quiet, so your knees aren't swaying side to side. And really think of your chest, like your nipple line, twisting. Not just your arms swinging side to side, it's the chest and torso, really working at the core, getting those obliques going for 4, 3, 2, and last 1, coming up. Okay, another oblique move. And then one more on each side, and then we're just gonna stretch for a second. So forearm under your shoulder. You can do this on your hand if you prefer. Since this is a short one, I'm gonna do feet. You can do knees or feet, and we're gonna lift up into our side plank here. So hips are stacked, knees are stacked. You're using this bottom waist to lift you up, as well as some other muscles as well. Body's nice and tight. And then we're gonna lower our hips down an inch, lift an inch, lower and lift. And thinking this bottom waist is really doing the work. I'm not like trying to really push too much from my arm. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully lower down with control. And we'll go to the other side. Again, make sure you take your time to get set up. Feet or knees, forearm or hand, lifting up. Maybe you have a hand down. Get in good position here. My feet are staggered. You could have them stacked on top of each other. And then we're doing our dips and lifts. Just an inch or two. Again, think that bottom waist lifting. You got it. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. I was looking at my timer there. Okay, now just a little stretch. So we're gonna come onto our stomachs and just do a little baby cobra here. So feet are down, hands are kind of under your shoulders. Prepare with an inhale. As you exhale, you can press up as far as is comfortable for you. You can come up the whole way if that's comfortable. If you prefer to do an up dog, either on the backs of your legs or on backs of your feet or on your toes. Really, we're just trying to stretch out the core here. Neck is nice and long. And then we'll press into a child's pose. So if your knees are a little bit more together, that's a little bit more nicer for your low back, but take what you need. Heads down. Mine's just not because I don't want to muffle into the mic. And start with that parasympathetic nervous system regulation, taking nice big inhales, feeling your ribs expand, and exhaling it out. One more here, and out. If you have time for some more videos, you can check out my other ones to pair with this. Otherwise, at least you got something in today. This is probably all I'm fitting in today. It's a busy day for me. Yeah, so let me know. As always, leave any comments, questions, anything like that here or on Instagram, and I will see you next time.